Good morning, all. Today we'll be taking cycloalkanes. We'll be taking cycloalkanes. So, what are the cycloalkanes? What are the cycloalkanes? So, as I mentioned, cycloalkanes contains a molecular formula of CnH2n, whereas an alkane contains CnH2n plus 2. So, 2 hydrogen less. Okay, and it contains a cyclic carbon atom ring. Simple cycloalkanes are named by adding prefix cyclo to the name of the acyclic alkane having the same number of carbons in it. So let's take an example of cyclopropane, means it has got 3 carbons, cyclobutane means it has got 4, cyclopentane it has got 5, cyclohexane 6. Okay, so let's go for the naming, very important. So there it can be divided into prefix. It contains if there is any substitution which is present in the ring, then you put a cyclo, then you put the name of the parent compound and the prefix suffix which any function which is attached to it. Now first thing you have to do is to find the parent cycloalkane. So you have to think how many number of carbons are present in the ring. You have to first is count the number of carbon atoms in the ring. So in the present example it's a 6-membered carbon cyclic ring. So it contains, it is known as cyclohexane. That is the first thing. First you have to locate the parent compound. Okay. Then second thing is we have to see the substituent which is present. If there is only single substituent, you don't have to give any name. So you have to write your prefix will be methyl cyclohexane. The other example is tertiary butyl cyclopentane. Okay. So when this is the normal thing. The next, when for the rings with more than one substitution, beginning with one substitution precedes the ring to give the second sound the lowest priority. So as we have studied, so you should get the lowest priority. So the numbering should be, the substitution should get the lowest numbering. Okay, so let's take an example of this particular compound, that is 1,3-dimethyl cyclohexane. So if you take methyl at the first position and the third position, that is your clockwise. The name counterclockwise, if you do, the substitution gets the higher number, not the lower number. So that is wrong. So 1,5-dimethyl cyclohexane is the wrong numbering, and 1,3-dimethyl cyclohexane is the right numbering. So this is what has to become as you do it in a, so the substitution should get the lowest possible number. The second substitution or the substitution in the ring should get the lowest possible number. Now with two different substitutions, the number of the ring assigned to the lowest number of the sub alphabetically. So here also we have to go by alphabetical order. So you can see there is ethyl, methyl. So ethyl being the lower alphabetically comes first. So it is given as C1 will be given ethyl, since methyl is comes later other than your EM. So it is methyl. So second substitution goes to your preference goes to your methyl. So the correct name is 1-ethyl 3-methyl cyclohexane, not 3-ethyl 1-methyl cyclohexane. So you have to go alphabetical order, and the numbering should be given to the alphabetically which comes first in the priority. Okay. Note, in special cases, alkanes composed of both a ring and a long chain, if the number of carbon in the ring is greater than or equal to the number of carbon in the longest chain, the compound is named as cyclohexane. Okay. So if there is a substituent in the ring which is long enough, but it is equal or less than that of your cycloalkane, then the naming will be given to that particular cyclone. Let's take some examples. Okay. So in the present example, so the basic ring is cyclohexane. So how many rings are in the substitution? There is butyl. Okay, the substitution, it contains butyl. So the answer for this questions will be butyl cyclohexane, because butane contains less number of carbon that of the cycloalkene. Okay, cycloalkene. Now let's go for the next example. If you can see, The basic ring is cyclobutane. Okay, cyclobutane. But if we see this substituent attached to the cyclobutane, it is an hexane. It contains 6 carbon hexane. So how will you name this compound? So it becomes 1 cyclobutyl hexane. The substituent will get the parent name, and the cyclobutyl will act as a substituent in this thing. So in this case, cyclobutyl will act as a substituent to the hexane side chain. So this is how we are doing. So if the number of carbons are more in the substituent, they will become the parent compound, and your cycloalkane alkyl group will be your substituent. So this consideration you have to always take into consideration when you are writing the structures. Next example is your ethyl cyclobutane. There is no substitution. So in this case, 1, 2, 3. Okay, there is secondary butyl. 1 secondary butyl, 3 methyl cyclohexane. Okay, because here it contains a cyclohexane ring which has more carbon than your substituent, and then you have to look for the effect alphabetical order. So B it comes before M. That's why it becomes 1 butyl 3 methyl cyclohexane. Other substitute 2 3 1 2 dimethyl cyclohexane. 1 2 3 4 2 1 2 4 triethyl cyclopentane. So numbering you have to give the least numbering should be given to the second. So 1 2 it should go clockwise, not anti-clockwise. Okay. So this is how you, so your substitution could get the lowest possible numbering. Now let's go for cis and trans isomerism in case of cycloalkanes. So we can go for cis and trans isomer. So what is this cis and trans? So this CC bond are such that they inhibit rotation. So they act as a geometric isomerism. They act as an geometric isomers because they cannot freely rotate. So if you try to rotate, it breaks the structures. So now let's take an example. So there are two different 1,2-dimethyl cyclopropane. So if the two methyl groups are on the same phase, if they are on the same phase, then the compound is said to be of cis configuration. And if the two methyl group are on the opposite phase at the carbons, two different carbons, then it is known as trans isomers. So trans 1,2-dimethyl cyclopropane. Okay, so just see the structure of it. One is at the top, one is at the bottom. So they are in the opposite phase. That's why it's known as trans isomer, whereas when the both are on the same side, methyl group are on the same side, it is known as cis isomers. And this is known as geometric isomerism because of the restricted rotation across the carbon-carbon single bond which is present in the cycle. So preparation of cycloalkanes. Cycloalkanes can be prepared by treating dihalogen compounds with sodium or zinc. It's known as internal Wurtz reaction, when you take 1,3-dichloro dibromo propane, you treat it with zinc or sodium. In presence of ethanol, it undergoes cyclization to give you a cyclopropane, and if you take 1,4-dibromo butane, you treat it with zinc, you get your corresponding cyclobutane. Now next method is preparation by using calcium or barium or sort of dicarboxylic acid. So when that dicarboxylic acids means they contain acidic, so when it is treated with sodium calcium salt or barium salt, it undergoes cyclization with decarboxylation to form a cyclopentanol. In this case, when you take calcium adipic acid, one carbon less, that you undergoes reduction, Clemenson's reduction, to give you your corresponding cyclopentane. So this is the second method for preparation of cycloalkane. Third method is Rickman cyclization. Here also similarly, there you are taking dicarboxylic acid, you are taking diesters of dicarboxylic acid. So when you treat it with sodium methoxide and sodium, it undergoes cyclization. So there is an hydrolysis, then that attacks on your carbonyl carbon, you get a cyclase. This product, when you hydrolyze it, you get your corresponding acid, which on heating gets decarboxylated, followed by reduction to give your corresponding cyclopentane. So diesters of carboxylic esters of dicarboxylic acid, which on treatment sodium and sodium methoxide give you a cyclic ester, which undergoes hydrolysis to give you a carboxylic acid derivative, which undergoes decarboxylation on heating to give your corresponding cyclopentanol, which further reduction gives your Clemenson's reduction to give a cyclopentane. Now Next method is when you treat cyclohexane preparation. When you treat benzene reduction in presence of ranitidine, it undergoes reduction to give your corresponding at high pressure. It will give you a cyclopentane. Next method is your zinc copper couple method. In presence of UV, when you take an alkene, you treat it with the alkane. It undergoes cyclization to give your corresponding cyclic compound. Okay. Just see the correction over here. Zinc copper couple. The, the single bond should be at the second carbon, not at the last carbon. Just correct that. Okay. So when you treat an alkene with dihalo compound in presence of zinc copper reagent and UV light, you get a cyclized product. Okay, with the substitution cyclopentane, you get a substituted cyclopentane or any cycloalkenes. Next is your Diels-Saldus reaction. So you take a diene and a dienophile, you heat it at high temperature, it undergoes concerted reaction to undergo Diels-Saldus, and the unsaturated product that is formed that can be reduced by using ranitidine to give your corresponding substituted cycloalkene. Okay, corresponding substituted cycloalkene. So it is an example for 4,2 cycloaddition reaction. It is an example for 4,2 cycloaddition reaction. Next is Wohl-Kirchner's reaction. You take any ketone, you treat it with cycloketone. You treat it with hydrogen hydrate in presence of NaOH. You get your corresponding cycloalkenes. Next is 2,2 cycloaddition reaction. So when you take ethylene, 2 molecules of ethene, you heat it or under UV condition, it undergoes cyclization, single electron transfer, free radical reaction to give your corresponding cyclobutene, to give your corresponding cyclobutene. So some of the properties, physical properties of cycloalkenes are cyclopropane are gases in, and next three members are liquid and higher members are solid in matter. They are insoluble in water but soluble in alcohol or acetone. Their density increases with increase in molecular weight. Lower members are lighter than water and floats in over it, and it is therefore cycloalkene floats over water. Boiling point increases with increase in molecular weight, and boiling point are also higher than the corresponding alkenes and alkynes. Okay, so reactions, so it undergoes addition reaction, so depending upon the condition, so under UV light, so
sorry. I think by 10 minutes I will finish it up. They're hoping up. For 10 minutes is not a issue.
So when you treat it with halogens, chlorine under UV light, it will form a it undergoes substitution reaction, but the same reaction under dark, it undergoes an addition reaction. You get an dichloro substituted product. So depending upon the conditions, you get different products. So addition of hydrogen bromide or hydrogen iodide. When you treat it with hydrogen bromide and hydrogen iodide, so you get a corresponding halogen substituted alkene, haloalkenes. You get a corresponding haloalkenes. So because of the string, these are some of the reactions that you get. So when you treat it with bromine, you get a 1,3-dibromopropane. When you treat it with HBr, you get propyl bromide. When you treat it with water, you get a propanol, the cyclopropane. You get a propanol, and when you treat it with ranitidine, you get a propane. So these are some of the reactions of your cyclopropane. Bromine, 1,3-dibromo. When you treat it with HBr, you got propyl bromide, and when you treat it with H2O concentrated, you get a propanol. Okay. Reduction, when you treat it with ranitidine at 80 degrees Celsius, you get an corresponding alkane. And oxidation, it breaks open at the terminal carbon to give your corresponding adipic, the cycloalkane, and oxidation to give corresponding dicarboxylic acids. So these are the reactions of your cycloalkane. These are the reactions of your cycloalkenes.